What's up everybody, it's me Eman from Eman's Movie Reviews, and today we're going to review Alien Covenant. Alright, let's do a quick intro. Alien Covenant follows the journey of a space crew that seeks out to start a new colony on a planet that shows signs of life. They go off course a little bit and make some startling discoveries along the way. Enough of that, let's get into the good.
The good.
I think it's easy to say that Michael Fassbender is probably one of the most intriguing characters of this movie. And as usual, he gives a very effective performance. As you probably know by now, he's a phenomenal actor, and in this film, he does a great job of showing a wide range of emotions that gives you really good insight in the motivations of the character he's playing. Another thing that I liked about this movie were the religious themes that were thrown around throughout the movie. It was really cool to see how faith and logical reason intermingle throughout the film. If you missed a lot of the body gore and horror that used to be part of the Alien franchise, it's back. Things are popping out of people, body parts are flying around, and blood, lots of blood everywhere. I'd be remiss without saying the Alien Xenomorphs and Alien Covenant are way better than we've ever seen before. I mean, these things are scary. Compared to the previous Alien movies, these Xenomorphs are way faster, way stronger, way deadlier. Like, you don't want to run up against one of these things. Every time these things show up on the screen, you just know nothing good is going to happen. All right, enough of that. Let's get on to the bad.
The bad.
The pacing of this movie is probably a little bit slow and a little bit longer than necessary. Unlike in the movie Prometheus, where the pacing was intentionally slower in order for us to expand this universe, Covenant does not need to follow in the same path. It was nice to see the dedication into building the mythology, but a lot of the scenes, especially the ones with the expendable crew, were just not needed. Speaking of the crew, they were so stupid. And that was probably the biggest annoyance of the film in itself. I completely understand that in a lot of these horror movies, the characters' stupidities oftentimes lead to their death. This crew created their own problems, and they were avoidable problems at that. But I can't put the blame on the characters, I've got to put that on the writer and directors. They simply could have just done a better job at setting up certain characters in certain situations, possibly in a circumstance that wasn't avoidable. For example, why are you exploring a new planet and you're not taking any precautions in terms of making sure you don't get sick? It doesn't matter if the planet is habitable or not. Here's what makes this even more absurd. When we simply travel to another country, we usually have to get inoculations and different types of vaccines and stuff to prevent us from certain bacteria that we've never been exposed to. Why doesn't this type of common sense translate to going to a completely different planet? I think one of the keys of making a really good character in a horror movie is being able to put them in a situation where I, as the audience member, cannot sit there and say, why would you do that? It's way more effective to generate that horror when we're able to see characters in situations that are just completely unavoidable. Or even worse, when the characters do something that we would do. That makes us relate more with the character and fear the situation even more. Last but not least, the story was really predictable. There are a couple major twists in this movie, but if you pay attention, they're really not that major, and you probably can see them coming. I would especially encourage people not to do a lot of research about this movie, because you'll probably figure it out sooner than later as well. One thing that I found to be kind of disappointing was that while Prometheus got us all excited for the engineers, Covenant fails to really answer any more questions about them. While we do get more insight about the actual xenomorph alien itself, which is great, the engineers are still a bit of a mystery. Enough of that, let's get on to the reason.
The reason.
If I had to compare the two, I would probably say that Alien Covenant is Prometheus 1.5. Now, if you didn't know, Alien Covenant is actually the sequel to Prometheus. If you're new to the Alien franchise or still confused about what order you should watch these movies in, check out my latest video for movietickets.com. I basically give you a quick rundown of the Alien movie franchise to get you all caught up. So in chronological order, it would go Prometheus, Covenant, and then Alien. Got that? Good. With all that said, it's really important that you actually watch Prometheus first. If you haven't seen Prometheus, or if you haven't seen it for a while, I probably recommend actually rewatching it. It'll just help you reconnect with a lot of the characters' names and some of the situations that do get discussed in Alien Covenant. I personally really liked Prometheus, but I was also fortunate to watch the movie on Blu-ray. The benefit of that is the fact that there are alternate and deleted scenes that really help explain the story a lot better. I'll leave a link in the description for you just in case. Director Ridley Scott has announced that there were going to be 4 more sequels to this Alien franchise. He then dialed back on this announcement and said maybe 2, maybe another one, I don't know. Either way, don't expect Alien Covenant to answer all of your questions from Prometheus. It will answer some questions, but it's actually going to raise even more. So when it comes to the rating for Alien Covenant, I've got to give it an 8 out of 10. I personally think it's definitely worth the watch in theaters, especially if you are a fan of this Alien franchise. A lot of the things that you probably liked from the previous Alien movies are brought back into Alien Covenant. Well, that's all I've got. Thank you for joining me. Are you excited about Alien Covenant? If you have seen it, what did you think about it? Are you hopeful for the upcoming sequels? What are you looking forward to seeing in any of these Alien movies? Feel free to leave your comments down below and let's talk about it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to stay connected with me, feel free to connect with me on any one of my social media pages. I've got more reviews to do, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.